Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Yeah, back home, start of a new era. So thank you so much for all your support over the last couple of months, over the last couple of years. It's just been incredibly amazing. Um, there's just no words. My mum passed how she wanted to, probably not as quickly as she wanted to. Um, as in it took days rather than weeks and months longer than she would have liked. But she was in a great place, and it was really interesting. The night before she passed on dawn on the 18th of January, which was a 9 day, 1 month, 1 year, which is she wanted to go on a 9 day. She was born of a nine on a 9 day. She was born on a 1 day of a one life path. So she wanted to go out on a 9, and she went out on a 911. Now I've got a cousin who is actually a really incredibly psychic. Actually, it's my cousin's wife, and she walked in for. Uh, just some chippies and whiskey, chippies and wine. The night that my mum passed, when I was back at my mum's place, and she walked in. She went, "Oh boy, haven't seen somebody for ages, but she's definitely here." And had a good old conversation with my mum. She sees dead people often uninvited, has conversations with them, and my mum was actually there. Apparently very busy, very happy visiting the ancestors, but also had a very important task to do. And I have an inkling as to what that is. She had an inkling as to what that is, and she's actually leveling up, not coming back onto this realm. She's going to become a mentor of souls. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to just do a reading of message from my mum on the other side. I'm hoping that she will send us a message, entertainment only. I am using a deck of cards that I found in her drawer called the Osho Zen Tarot. I have not used these before, but I'm going to give them a go. I've also got her Light Seers Tarot deck over there. Now I'm keeping them because the box was incredibly big and I was limited on baggage space. Beautiful. One of my beautiful um, viewers sent me this, and I'm going to keep the cards in this particular. Um, what do I call it? It's just absolutely beautiful. To call it a package is to undersell it, and it has on the end of it an amethyst and the star. So absolutely beautiful. So just know I will be keeping my mum's cards in this for safekeeping. So let's have a look. Message from mum. Really interesting cards. I mean, it's the Zen Tarot, but I actually don't even know what they are. I haven't gone through them. They actually look kind of used. So my mum was spiritual, but not in a very public way. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Mum, do you have a message for us in these times? I am going to do actual readings on what's going on at the moment, but I just wanted to get this first message out of the way and see what she brings through in these troubled times. So, Mum, what message do you have for us? What message do you have for us in these times? Let's have a look. Message do you have for us? In case you're wondering how I shuffle, I poker shuffle until I get told to stop. Now, before I actually went over to look after Mum for those last couple of months. Oh, what I was saying was the night before she passed. I was sitting with my mum. Someone walked up the hallway. A male walked up the hallway whistling. Now, my dad always used to whistle. I think it's of that generation. I really wish I had nipped out to see whether there was actually somebody there or not, because my dad always used to whistle when he worked or whistled when he was walking, and it was just that sort of energy. So, I need to curate got some pukekos there, got my mum's opera glasses there. I'm going to have to start curating my shelves behind there. But let's have a look. Mum, have you got a message? Have you got a message? Got a message for us? What do we need to know? What have you got to share with us in these times? Big energy. Okay. Because, sorry, and back to my other story. Sorry, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of this cycling around. Before I went to look after Mum, I went to my own soothsayer here, Judy, and she's actually now working as a healer for the healers, as a conduit to upgrade the spiritualists, the light seers. And so I went to see her for just to see what she could bring forth. And apparently I did a video on it, incredibly powerful. And then you have a new guide called Aaron, can't even think, Ayrn, I think it's called, um, Aaron. And he's coming through very powerfully at the moment. It's almost like him and I are up here, and my original guides are still to catch the lift up to that upper level. So, what message do you have for us? Okay, you want to stop shuffling? Come on down. So, 6 minutes of waffle. Let's see how we go. Oops. Now, why is that one upside down? Oh, okay, I've got some cards upside down here. Okay, I'm going to read that upside down. She's telling me to leave it upside down. So for me, this is upside down, and the card is mind. So what it's telling me is to get out. If you have a look at the chaos of the mind there, it is telling us to get out of the chaos of the mind. Yeah, get out of the chaos of the mind. Challenged by completion, putting in the last jigsaw puzzle. So we are nearing completion. This is the last puzzle piece to go in. Okay, there's looking at the face there as well. So, and 21, 10, 10, 1, end, new start, actually. Um, as I said, these are new cards to me. I haven't even looked at them. But even that's 21 at the bottom there, I'm seeing that as end, new start. So it's time for us to get out of the chaos in our minds as we are bringing about this, that things are coming to an end and then a new start. This is a really powerful message that she's telling me. Which way do you want to go with this, Mum? Which reading? Okay. Card on the bottom, flowering upside down. The energy that we're stewing in at the moment. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Love you, Mum. Flowering upside down, the energy that we're stewing in it at the moment is that we are not allowing the rebirth, the reflowering, the growth. Now, this is also the Lotus Queen here as well, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going political with this reading. The flowering upside down is telling me that the energy we're stewing in at the moment is we're giving our energy, our chaotic mind energy, and not allowing this to see what all of that is beautiful. Now, I know in the United States at the moment you've had horrific storms, and I know what's going on there at the moment is just absolutely ghastly. But the energy we're stewing in is that we are contracting. We're not allowing the future. They're not allowing the energy to flower. In the past, the unity of the world. We are the world. We all live on this little rock that is hurtling through space with a thin skin of atmosphere that is all that is protecting us. So this is about in the past, the unity of the world is in the past. Now, if I do want to go political, we have, recently the US is isolating itself even more and more, threatening 100% tariffs on Canada for daring to do a contract with China at this literally the same day that the regime did a contract with China. But that's not going to affect, I mean, it will affect Canada, but Canada doesn't pay the tariffs. Canada is looking for new partners. Mark Carney is coming to visit Australia in March. That's the earliest he could. Australia's got a new ambassador to the US, waiting to be appointed. He is Greg Moriarty. He was the Secretary of Defence. Very anti AUKUS, the submarine deal. Going to be interesting times as even Australia is breaking away. So again, a 10 completion card in the past. Crowning this reading, trust. Now I'm going to say this is the same as the Fool card. I don't know if it is the Fool card, but trust. The energy that is over us at the moment is trust that the universe has got us and will catch us. I think what is so difficult about the time at the moment is those of us that know or feel the future, know that the future's going to be okay, but man, oh man, trying to wait for the rest of everybody to catch up is just so exasperating. Trust that this is the path that we are meant to be on and the universe has got us and will catch us. But we have to go through to get to the other side. We have to take this leap of faith. The immediate future, the Tower. Wow. Now again, I'm drawn to the numbers beneath. Now this is the Tower card. Now what I'm going to get is that these are major arcana. This may be the High Priestess. I don't know my major arcana numbers. Shows how terrible I am. But my guides, every light worker works differently, and they have to go work with how their guides tell them to. And my guides always tell me to go via the visual. I know by rote what the Rider-Waite Smith cards mean, but I go very much by the visual. Now, to me, this is the Tower card. I will call this the Tower card, the immediate future, the Tower. But I'm also drawn again to the Roman numbers at the bottom. 10, ending. 5, challenge. 1, new start. New beginning in the immediate future. And this is also, I'm drawn to the Buddha in the background there, sitting there calmly. This is about holding on to our light worker energy, our spirituality, as we go through this really dramatic and abrupt change. And it is going to happen quickly, very quickly. Well, this mustn't then be the Fool card. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go by the images. I'm going to go by the images. Externally, we have the burden. But again, yeah, okay. I'm going to go by that image. And the saying, externally, we have the burden. We have to climb this hill. We will have to carry people with us who it would be easier just to discard, but we need to go through. This is telling me very much about a need to go through. We externally, this is going to be a difficult hill to climb, and it's going to be very difficult for a lot of people who are only just now waking up, especially with what happened to Alex and Renee. Externally, it's going to be a hard hill for many to climb. Internally, we've got the breakthrough though. Again, a 10 and a 1 at the bottom there. Internally, there's going to be this incredibly dramatic light bulb breakthrough. Just combining with this thunderbolt moment. This is also very much, this is telling me we as light workers, and even if we're not light workers, those of us that know and can see and have always seen, we do not need to hold the line constantly. This is a reminder to take some time out, to take breather, to to recharge our energy and to pass the baton. But internally, there's going to be this massive but destructive breakthrough. Now, what I'm drawn to here is the child energy. This child is like, yes, new breakthrough. Can also be to do with the Epps files. Okay, the hopes and fears is the comparison upside down. Very much about not comparing apples with oranges. Again, a five is about a conflict moment, about a challenge, about an obstacle that needs to be overcome, but it's upside down. We need to be careful that we do not compare what is not alike. Whatever is rebuilt from this is not going to be the same as what was. It is the opportunity to build what can be better. The obstacle and challenge, upside down. In other words, do not compare what is not alike. And that's going to be an obstacle, a challenge for us. Right. The outcome, taking control. We are the CEO of our own lives. We choose for us. We cannot force anybody else to make a choice that they are not ready to make. There's the adage, you can drag a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Anyone that's had anything to do with horses, you know that you cannot make, as a puny little 70, 80 kilo, 60 kilo human, you can't make a 500 kilo horse do anything it doesn't want to do. This is about taking control of your life for you. We can't control anybody else. And as my mum always said, your life consists of two dates with a dash in the middle, and it's the dash that is the important part. It's time to actually go within to take control, not blaming externally, not blaming if only this hadn't happened in my past, or had happened in my past, if only my parents had been, if only I could, if only I couldn't. It's time to stop with the excuses, because I heard a saying forever ago that was so poignant that said excuses are only lies to yourself. If you are excusing a reason why you can't do something, it's a lie to yourself to make you feel eased about why you can't do something. We can. We just have to work out how we can. Ordinariness. Now is not the time to be ordinary. Ordinariness is upside down. Now is not the time to just be ordinary, because these are not ordinary times. It's time to take control, not be ordinary, because we are in the midst of a massive transformation. And again, the numbers at the bottom, 10, 1, 1, 1. Huge transformation. We are in a point in history that history will look back on and say, oh my goodness, that was transformative. That was a pivotal time in history where everything changed. That's right, I was just glancing at the next card. The next two cards. We have silence and rebirth. And the rebirth, again, a number 10. And it's strength and the femininity, the rise of the feminine coming out of the strength. So this is the moon. Well, I don't know whether it's the moon card or not, but you've got the full moon here. The full moon in the third eye of the universe. Listen to the silence. Go within, because we are in a period of massive rebirth. Wow, that's a big message, Mum. Just seeing what was on the bottom and that she's telling me no. So that's the message from my mum in these times. Get out of our own heads. Get out of the anxiety, the confusion, the best way to overcome a feeling of depression, of anxiety is to actually do something, because we are at the last puzzle piece of completion. By staying in this energy, we are not allowing our garden to grow, our gardens to flower, and I'm talking metaphorical gardens. The world that was is no longer. Past unities built on war and aggression and protection and international money laundering, etc. Apparently, Jack Smith in his testimony mentioned RICO 5 times, warning those in Congress, warning those not in Congress, that they are under RICO investigation, money laundering, etc. Blackmail investigation. Alex Whiting, I keep getting him being incredibly prominent. He is a RICO specialist. He was brought on board by Jack Smith and he seems to have been forgotten. So I might have a look at him as well to see how that's going. Trust that the universe has got our back, because this breakthrough is coming quickly. Externally, it is going to be hard. No one's going to lie about that. It is going to be burdensome, but we need to go through. We need to hold, if I say hold the line, but also pass the baton. We need to take time out, step back, and then step back in again, because this breakthrough, internal breakthrough, is imminent. Need to not compare. We need to not compare and not be ordinary. We can't look at somebody else and say, oh, but that person's doing whatever. We can only do what we personally can do in this rebuild. But it's time to take control. Don't think ordinary. Don't think bland, because we are in a period of transformation. The full moon energy, which is very much about revealing, third eye energy, but also silence, as we go through the silence as in meditation, as in not staying silent. It's about not clogging the zone with noise as we go through this rebirth, where the lion is tamed. Oh, I'm actually drawn to the camel at the bottom as we go through this rebirth. Now, this card, actually, it's even telling me more, because there is a saying, it is easier for the wealthy to pass a camel through the eye or something along those lines. You know the one I'm talking about. Than a rich man. It's easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. Because we are at the end of adoration of wealth, especially unearned wealth. Greed. It's greed more than wealth. So it should really mean it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a greedy person to get into heaven. And when we're talking about heaven, we're talking about this inner spirituality. Okay. Thank you, Mum. Great message. See you later. Love to you all.